Hey guys, Duane Richins, door-to-door realtor. As you can see, I had to pop back on because I'm not as techie as they come. I'm a door knocker, and so I needed to put the right link in here. So one of the cool announcements that I'm doing is I'm going to host I'm going to put it right here in the chat, a calendar event link where you can schedule a one-on-one consultation in which I'm going to go through your business and help you understand what changes you could make to get where you want to be to sell real estate at a way higher level. So if you're wanting to dive in with me and have a consultation on how we can help you grow your business, click on this link that's in the chat and set up a time. There's very limited space, so make sure you get in there today and get your appointment scheduled. So as we're waiting for some people to pop on, I've got a couple other really big announcements. We've got a few new courses that we've released. You've got the first 90 days in real estate course, which is absolutely amazing. If you're not killing the business right now, if you're not where you need to be, you need to go check out our first 90 days in real estate. We also are hosting a question-based selling course that specifically goes after objection handling. It's going to be a live course on objections for real estate when you're going door to door. And that's in November. You can sign up for that live course right now. That's going to be another really fun course. We also provided a bundle. So if you go to our website, we now are bundling 3 of our best courses we have out right now, and it'll save you some money to be able to get into those courses. So while I'm here announcing some of these big announcements, waiting for people to get on, I'd love to answer any questions. So if you've got questions of the couple of people that are on right now, I'd love to field those questions. Type them into the chat and love to help you with anything you stand in need of. So tell me where you guys are at in real estate and what I can help with. So a lot of questions that I get from people right now is, what do you carry when you're knocking? What do you do in no soliciting neighborhoods? So let me handle that one first. Let's handle the no soliciting. So in no soliciting neighborhoods, I've knocked doors for 15 years, and I've rarely had the cops called on me. So when you're in a no soliciting subdivision and you have issues and you've got someone that comes out aggressive and like, hey, what are you doing? This is a no soliciting neighborhood. I just simply apologize and say, hey, I'm not soliciting. I do a lot of stuff with real estate, and I'm just providing really good information. A lot of the neighbors have loved the information I'm providing. If it's not information you want to hear about, by all means, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to pester you. I'm happy to go on and talk to some of the other neighbors. Don't get aggressive with them. If you get aggressive with them, that's when you're going to get the cops called on you, and you are going to get thrown out of the neighborhood. If you continue to have problems in no soliciting neighborhoods, go find someplace else. Move into a smaller home community rather than knocking townhomes, condos, that type of stuff. So no soliciting, just don't get aggressive. Don't be smart with people, and be happy. Make sure you smile with people. Make sure that you just engaged so that they feel like you're on their side. Okay, so that's one of the things I would tell you with no soliciting. When you talk about things to pack around with you, don't take anything. Don't take anything at all. Make sure you just have your phone. You keep notes and stuff in your phone, and you make sure you engage with them that way. And take magnets if you want to do magnets. That's the best thing because they're going to keep those long term. And basically, you don't want to look like a salesperson. So don't have a lanyard around your neck. Don't have a name tag. Don't have all of those things. Questions? There's a couple of you on here. Tell me where you're at in your real estate business and how I can help you. Just put it in the chat and I'll definitely dive in. And okay, guys, are we getting chat? Here we go. If I buy one of your coaching programs, do they come with scripts? Absolutely. So I'd love to chat with you more about that. Is it Aris? Mr. Ortiz, Mrs. Ortiz. I'd love to chat with you about that. So let's get on a phone call. Schedule one of my one-on-ones. Let me give you my phone number. I want to make sure we tell you what you're going to get with coaching. But I can tell you right now, one of the things you're going to get with coaching is an explosion of business. I've had so many people be able to take their business to the next level, And oh my gosh, it is so fun to watch people be successful. And there's a pattern, there's a process, there's things you must do in order to get your business to that level. So make sure you just follow the steps. And I have a proven system. If you watch the Brandon Mulrenan show where I was interviewed, I talked about a guy that literally wrote on recipe cards everything I told him to say, stuck it in his back pocket. As he knocked on the door, he picked it up, and they would say the objection. He would dig into his back pocket. He would thumb through the recipe cards, and he goes, okay, here's what I need to say. And he would just say, hey, I'm really new. And he would read it verbatim what I told him to say. Guess what? The guy now sells $30 million a year in real estate. He's year 4 in his business. So I know I can get you. I've trained the rookie of the year for 5 years straight. There's no doubt in my mind that you can do this and do it at a high level. So even if you're 2 years in the business and you haven't sold a lot of real estate, you really need to look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, what's most effective. Most people train you to go after sphere of influence, go after friends and family. That's the worst thing in the world you could do, because they all know you. They all know you're a brand new real estate agent. They all know you don't have experience. They know this is the biggest decision they're going to make in their life. Don't make them, feel awkward and put them in that situation. Go build a business around them and then have them want to use you because you're so good. Okay. Question. What should a real estate agent do for the first day of getting his license? So after you get your license, one of the first things you should do, TG, is dive in and start contacting. I don't care if you don't know what you don't know, but get in and start contacting right then. Start knocking doors, start finding people that are interested in buying or selling real estate. We do offer on my website the first 90 days in real estate course, which would be incredible for you to go watch. It talks about systems and structure, patterns, what you should do, where you should find business. And you should be contacting over 200 people a week, every week, until you have so much business you can't keep up with all the business. So we can go way deeper in this. I also would tell you to get with the right team. So your team leader is important. Who trains you and helps you get to the level you need to be at is massive. So make sure you're getting on the right team. We do have a team that you could join, and I'm taking on agents all over the US right now. We're growing like crazy. And then I personally will coach you and train you to get you where you need to be and selling high real estate. So if you want to ask more questions about that, my phone number is on there, the 801-243-4544. But it's really cool to see how fast some of these newer agents. In fact, I'll give you a story really quick about Colin. He lives in Texas. Colin joined our program. He's been in real estate for about 4 months, hadn't sold a home. Within a week of doing exactly what we told him to do, he's got a house under contract. That is the kind of stuff that is powerful, and that's what you need to do to dive in and get crazy results. So yes, I watched it, and that's how I knew that is what I wanted to do, is to generate leads. So yes, I'm glad you've seen some of the scripts and stuff we're doing. And honestly, there just depends on where you're at in your business, but I know we can help you. Make sure you call me. And if you want me to dive into your business for a free consultation, schedule one of those calendar app events and get on there. Let me go through your business. No problems at all. I'm going to go through them and say how many contacts you're doing. I'm going to go through how many deals you've done. I want to go through your patterns, your systems, what you're doing on a daily basis, what time blocking you're doing. I'm going to get deep into your business. Within 15 minutes, I can poke holes on where you're struggling and why you're not hitting the levels that you need to be. So schedule one of my one-on-one consultations in the calendar app link that's right above. And I'd love to go through it and just help you diagnose your business. What other questions you guys have? Those are great questions. Just type your comments into the question bar there. Ortiz, is there any other things that you were questioning about? I think that the course that I'm going to put up, you guys, about objections is going to be massive, because most people don't handle objections the way I do. Most people don't do real estate the way I do. As you can see that online, you're able to see that I'm doing things quite a bit different than anybody else out there. And it's all based on a question-based selling approach. So you always want to make your clients eat out of your hand and sell you on why they should do it. But the only way you can do that is asking the right questions. So TG just asked, what are some of the mistakes that you've seen students make taking your courses? So honestly, just not implementing it. So when they get in, they take the course and they don't go apply it. And that's probably the biggest mistake I see people making is they get in and they're like, okay, I'm telling you to go do 200 contacts to apply what I'm teaching you. And then you go out and do 30 or 40 contacts because it's hard. And then you quit. Those are the things that drive me crazy, because if you don't work, you're never gonna get paid. And that's the cold hard truth. Wealth and success doesn't come by sitting on the couch. I don't care who you are. You got to get out and do things that other people won't. And I recorded a video today on prospecting. Yeah, you guys should go watch that. But I talked about how hard it is and how hard it was even for me. And I've had days where I was out there and it was extremely hard for me to win. And by the end of the day, it was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. This is hard. And I haven't scored today. And everybody, when they get on the court, they want to score. They want points on the board. But there are going to be days where you don't get points on the board, and it's okay. You got to put in the effort. And then you got to go back out the next day and put points on the board again. I call those bagels in the industry, when you're eating a big old fat bagel and you're getting a 0 on the board. They suck. And quite honestly, when I bageled, my wife hated to talk to me when I got home because I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was grumpy. And it's just a cold, hard truth. I love to succeed. And because I plan on succeeding and I push to succeed every day. And when I'm talking about success in real estate, I'm talking about picking up a listing or I'm picking up a buyer. Every day I plan on doing that. And if I wasn't doing it, I was ticked. So guys, this is something you need to focus and change your mindset, because a lot of people look at, hey, if I could sell 1 a month, I don't want you selling 1 a month. I want you guys selling 10 a month, right? And then building a business big enough that after a couple weeks, you're selling a ton of real estate. After a year or two, you're not prospecting anymore. And that's because you're putting all the effort in right now by learning the scripts, getting coached by the right people, learning what you need to say and how you need to say it, when you need to say it, and then going on and applying it, practicing it, and doing it. You're never going to get there if you don't do all those things. I'm telling you right now. So more people are jumping on. Give me more questions. What other things can you think of that are holding you up in your business, or that you're struggling with, or you just have questions with? And also, for those that are popping on later, if you want a one-on-one consultation, sign up with the link above. I saw Mr. Ortiz. I saw that you signed up already, and excited to have that consultation with you. You could also just give me a call after the call, and I'd love to talk to you about the coaching stuff, the team stuff, and the different stuff. But a couple big announcements that I made early on as I started this is we just released some new courses. If you go to reald2d.com, we just released that first 90 days in real estate course. That will help you explode your business right out of the bat if you haven't already done that. We just released a live objection handling course on how to handle objections door to door. That one's going to be incredible. I'm going to do a ton of role playing scripts. That one's going to be a great course. And then we did some bundles. So check out the website. There's a lot of cool stuff. If you're interested in teams and getting mentored, coached, and trained there, love to help you there. What other questions you guys have? Make this useful for you. That's why I'm here spending my time. I want to make sure you guys are getting your value out of this call. TG, thank you for putting more stuff out there. Do you see a need for different door-to-door strategies based on home values like luxury? That is a phenomenal question, TG. I'm going to tell you this. Don't knock luxury listings. Why in the world would you knock luxury listings? Number one, they're hard to find home. Those people make a lot of money. So they're either traveling, they're working, they're busy. They're not home a lot. Number two, and probably the biggest reason, how often does a luxury home go on the market? If you look, the average condo sells every 3 to 4 years. The average home sells every 5 to 7 years. The average luxury home is every 12 to 15 years. And that being said, it's because that's where they get into their forever home status. They're not going to buy a house unless they feel like at that status, $1 million, $2 million and up, unless they absolutely love that. And it's usually later on in life, and they're very picky. They know what they want, and they get into some of those more long-term homes. So yes, the pitch is going to change, but in reality, don't knock long-term. Don't knock luxury homes. The other thing I would tell you to say is get into condos and townhomes for this reason. If you help them sell their first home and buy their second home, which maybe if they're going from a townhome to their first starter home, they're not done. You sold their townhome. You help them get in the starter home. Now you sell their starter home. Now you help them get into more of a nicer house, not their forever house. You sell that house and help them get into luxury. And that's where you get 4, 5, 6 deals out of every one of your clients. Just go take care of them at the condo stage and then or townhome stage and work all the way up. Matt, what do you recommend saying to people behind on their mortgage door to door? So I don't typically go after people that are behind, defaulted, any of that stuff. And so if I run into one door to door, I want to do whatever I can to help them. And I think as you go out to help them better their situation, that's where you're going to be most effective. And it's got to all be through questions. So Matt, just ask them, hey, sorry to hear you're behind on your mortgage. So tell me, is there a possibility you can still save this? Let's talk through this. And I'm going to ask some heartfelt questions to see what they can do for themselves to where they feel like I have their best interest in mind. Even bring up some other stuff. Have you ever thought of hard money lending for a little bit to get you on your feet and using collateral of the home? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? I want them to feel like I am on their team, because guess what? Once you're on their team, if for some reason they have to sell, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call you every time. So make sure you're genuine and actually care. That's sad. If someone's losing their house because they're behind on their mortgage payments, that's a sad situation. Sympathize with them. Be honest. Be sincere. Help them understand. A lot of people that knock door are actually looking for those, and they're excited. They're excited they're losing their house so they can make some money selling it. Not the best mentality in my standpoint. So when I go knock doors, I'm just going to go get out. I'm going to knock doors. I'm going to go down the street. I'm not going to target those type of listings. There are people out there that do that, but that's not going to be me. I won't target those type of listings. Okay. The other reason is you're going to drive all over the place. So you're going to drive, from house to house to house, and you're going to lose a lot of traction. Whereas if you just park your car and get out and knock for 6 hours, you're going to find way better results. Okay. What other questions? That was a great question. Other questions out there? Any other questions you guys can think of? Telling you guys, real estate is still a beautiful thing. I was able to put 3 houses under contract today. I'm telling you, I'm still active in the real estate market. I put 9 houses under contract in the last 2 weeks. And so you guys, there is still tons and tons of real estate to be had. I had 4 closings this last week. It's just, once you get good at what you do and are able to help people reach their goals through your questions and guiding them through the process, that's where you're going to win all day long. And it's just a matter of learning that training. So Matt, do you knock FSBOs and expireds? I don't. I mean, if I come across them or if I did them in the morning, the problem with FSBOs and expireds, Matt, is you're driving all over to house. It takes a lot of time. Now, early in my career, I would spend, when I go out to area, I would try to target some FSBOs and expireds just because it wasn't a great time to go knock doors for a solid 6 or 8 hours. So 10 o'clock in the morning, yeah, absolutely. I'll drive to FSBO's house or an expired's house and knock on the door. And there's some great scripts to be able to help you close at a really high level, those type of people, because they've already talked to 20 or 30 people on the phone. They don't want another realtor calling them, but they haven't talked to somebody at their doorstep. So it's a great way to do it. I just wouldn't do it at go time. Go times anytime after 2 o'clock, 2 to 8, 9 p.m. is your hours you do not want to mess with. You want to be on doors going door to door at that time. TG, is there any preparation needed to go knock? Or can you just choose a community and just go door to door? So yes, you do want to pick some stuff. You want to find a place with high turnover. You want to find a place you can stay in long enough. So if you just pick a community that's got 25 homes, you're going to be there for 2 to 3 days. You want to be there for a week to 2 weeks. So find an area that has, 100, 150 homes, 200 homes, and then stay on those 2 to 3 streets for 2 weeks. Become the master of that area, become well known, wave at people as you're walking by, pick a community in which you're going to be able to stick in long term, and then go back to over and over and over again and dominate that area. Become the household name, become the Amazon, the Apple, the Google, of those areas. When they think real estate, they think you. It's like TG. TG's the guy. If you're going to sell a house in this area, TG's your guy. And make sure you're providing value back to them. Throw events for those communities. Do special things for those communities. And you'll find a win big time in that area. We also do we just did a filmed how to pick an area course on YouTube. Watch for that. That'll be out soon. But there's some method. There's some method to the magic. Just make sure once you figure it out, you stick to it and be consistent. Anything else, guys? What other questions do you have? As you can hear, I've got a whole bunch of crazy kids running around the house. That's what life's all about, you guys. Family and doing the things you love, but you make great money and helping other people. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. What other questions? Any other questions? I'll wrap up here if you don't have any other questions. But please schedule one of my free consultations. I can go through and see what you're doing in your business, where I feel like you can change some things, what you can tweak, what assistance you could use, what different situations you have to grow your business out and, get your life to where you can spend a lot of time with friends and family, but yet at the same time, make an incredible living. So guys, if you don't have any other questions, I'll wrap up here, but I'll give you 30 seconds to type in a question there for me. If not, I just want to tell you, I super appreciate you guys watching the YouTube stuff. It makes me super happy to see you guys find success through what I'm teaching. I'm very genuine and true on what I put out there. I'm straightforward, probably too blunt sometimes, but I just want you guys to be successful. And that's my mission. So hope you guys have caught a couple things out of here that you can use in your business. But thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great afternoon.